Let's fill out your personal press release. Now, this idea is inspired by one of the strongest startups of our generation, Amazon. Now, Amazon, when they are starting a new project or new product, their teams don't start with a list of features. Their teams actually start with a press release. Before they even begin working on a project, they decide, what's the thing we want to announce to the world? What's the thing we want to celebrate? What's the change we want to see for our company? By starting at the end, the outcome they want to achieve for their company and their customers, then they can decide what steps are most efficient to go achieve that outcome and track their progress along the way. And that's what we want to enable you to do for your career today. So, why are you going to write a personal press release? Well, like I said, today can be the start of your career. So many college students wait until after they graduate to actually begin working on your career. But if you leverage this class, you can actually make steps towards pursuing your career in this semester. And we're going to enable you to do that by identifying what career do you think you might want to go into, and then leveraging this class to go and take a step towards it and figure out if that's exactly where you want to go. And it turns out, even if you don't know what career you want to go into, entrepreneurial thinking is a skill set that's going to be helpful no matter where you go, whether you end up starting your own company or working for someone else's company. Second reason why it's going to be helpful to create a personal press release is so that we can help you on your career. Once we know what you want to achieve, both as a career and as part of this course, we are better able to serve you in achieving that. Whether that's in terms of networking, advice, whether it's with people we connect you with on teams or partnerships, the more we know about what you want, the better we can help you achieve it. So with that in mind, let's dive in. So this worksheet is going to help you actually write out your personal press release. And a personal press release, like a press release that Amazon releases, it's achieved, or when it's triggered when you achieve some milestone, and then you tell the world about the milestone you've created or you've achieved. So the question is, what's the milestone for you? What are you going to actually share with the world? And the idea is once you understand what this milestone is, you'll share it with your world via some sort of social media post. All right, so let's dive in and see what this actually looks like. I'm going to give you two different examples here. One is going to be for a founder, someone whose career feels like it's going to take them on a path to starting a company. And the other example I'm going to give you is someone who feels like their career is going to lead them down the employee path towards joining someone else's company. Now, there can be other paths in here, nonprofit or government. Feel free to go with whatever path you want to go to. So I'm just going to show you these two examples to give you a sense of what we're talking about here. So it's that milestone that I want to give you some examples for. What milestones might trigger you to share with the world that you achieved something significant and something newsworthy? So for the founder, it might be if your company achieves $1 million in profit, maybe you want to share that news with your world, your community. Maybe your 10th employee hired is something you want to track towards. Maybe getting acquired by Google. Or if you're building a social enterprise, it's helping 100 foster families that you're interested in. So these are just some ideas of milestones that you want to achieve. So what I want you to imagine is, if you're going down the founder track, what's a goal that you can set your sights on and say, what, this is something I want to achieve with my startup, and that's going to be your milestone. On the employee side of things, some milestones you might want to share are, getting hired with one of the big four, big four accounting firms or big four consulting firms. Maybe getting promoted to the director of something, so achieving the title of director of, maybe director of marketing or sales or HR. Maybe a milestone is hitting a specific salary point, like $100,000. Or it could be, getting any sort of job or role in an enterprise or an industry that you're passionate about. So being a marketer for a social enterprise. So I want you to think about, I want you to visualize, what's the thing that you want to achieve, and I want you to write that in your milestone field here, as well as your date, like a date that you want to achieve this by. Now, again, don't worry if it's not perfect, if it's not right. This is just an opportunity for you to pick a point on your career path and then try and take one step towards it just to get a sense if it's right. And how you think about how you can use this course to actually help you achieve that. So this is my founder example. Let me show you for the employee example. Maybe I'll write in a milestone as a job as an investment banker. For the date, I'll put July 2019. Okay, going back to the founder side of things, let's talk about this social media post, the actual press release. So what I want you to do is pick the platform that you're going to share this news on. So maybe I'll say Facebook. I'm going to share my press release on Facebook, and then you're going to write up the actual post that you're going to write out that you're going to share when you achieve this milestone. So my example here. Thanks to my incredible co-founder, team, investors, and customers, our startup brought in 7 figures of profit this year. So it's just basically just like Amazon does. They're writing their press release before they actually launch. You're sharing with the world what you've achieved that is so noteworthy. All right, on the employee side, same thing. Pick a platform. In this case, I'm going to say Instagram, and then share your post. So I'm going to say, hey, my first day as an investment banker at Scotiabank. And because it's Instagram, I include a picture. So I drop a little picture. This is a selfie of me at the front door at Scotiabank, saying, hey, it's my first day. So you draw up your social media post, your press release. And then I want you to get introspective. I want you to kind of visualize yourself having achieved this goal. And I want you to get a sense of what feelings inside that generates for you. How will achieving this milestone change your emotional state? So some examples here. Maybe you'll feel proud, confident. You'll feel like you've arrived. You'll feel successful or grateful or happy or joyous. So for an employee, maybe the same things, proud, confident, maybe you'll feel rich because you'll have a great salary. So I want you to write down how that's going to feel to you. And then I want you to think about, now that you've put this sort of pin on your career path, a marker for you to head towards, how you can leverage this course in entrepreneurial thinking to help you achieve that. Yeah, so I want you to actually write down how you want to use this class to help you achieve your milestone. So there are lots of different things you can put down. Some examples on the founder track. I want to identify one idea I can turn into a startup. At the end of this class, I want to have one idea. That's going to help me get to starting a company that generates $1 million in profit. Maybe you want to link in with 3 local investors. Build relationships with 3 local investors. On the employee side, could be something like, I want to launch a project that I can include on my resume that will impress a hiring manager at the place that I want to go work. So think about how you can leverage this class and what you can get out of that to achieve what you want to achieve ultimately in the next phase of your career. Next up, you're going to call out the challenges, fears, the risks, the things that are going to get in your way potentially, that are going to hinder you from achieving these things in this course. So, challenges and fears, things like, hey, you're taking a full course load and you've got a part-time job. You don't have much time. You're going to be super stressed. Maybe you hate group work. Obviously, working in a company or as a founder of your own, group work is going to be required. And so there's going to be a lot of that in this course. And maybe you just don't like it at all. So write that down. Write down any challenge or fear that you have about this course that's going to get in your way. Maybe English isn't your first language, and so communication is going to be tough, or you feel like it is. Now that you understand some of your fears, I want you to come up with potential mitigations for those fears. Companies do this all the time when they're trying to understand what's going to get in our way. You tackle it now, you have a game plan before you get too deep, you're more likely to be able to overcome those challenges. So some mitigations, maybe you'll block off time on your calendar now ahead of time. You know it's going to be a busy semester, and so you're going to put time on your calendar to go do the work necessary for this course. Maybe you're going to try out new communication tools to help you with your group work. Maybe it's new communication strategies, or maybe it's actual tools like Trello or Slack. Maybe you can commit yourself to going to a certain number of office hours each week. Maybe it's, every week, maybe it's twice a month, something that's going to help you along the way. All right, now that you've outlined your challenges and your fears, they're going to help you and the mitigations to help you achieve what you need in this course to help get your milestone. I want you to write down what a minimal successful grade is for you. What's going to feel like, I finish this course, if I get this grade, I feel like it's going to be a success. By writing this down, it's sort of like a mini version of this milestone. You're saying, okay, by the end of this semester, I want to achieve this grade. And it's going to help you track towards it and see, are you on track to achieving that or not? All right, so here's my personal press release as a founder, and then here's the version as an employee. And as you can see, by filling these out, you're actually taking a step towards achieving what you want in your career now, while you're still in school. You're visualizing what you want and seeing and taking a small step towards it via this class to see if that's actually what you want to do. And then, of course, by calling out what it is that you want to achieve, now we can help you actually start to achieve that. So we can help you figure out whether or not, who to introduce you to, what team to put you on, or people to connect you with, what advice and counsel to give. Well, there you go, my friends. That is how you fill out a personal press release. I look forward to seeing you launch and announce your milestones to the world. All the best.